encourage reducing the use of the chemicals in the poultries and other. There should be a law allowing only some types of chemicals and some types of feeds, but don't unduly take advantage of hormones and other things. They are definitely not healthy. So in that case now regulation will help us. Also encourage them is not the profit alone, you have to look at community health is more important. So these are the things we have to slowly bring it up as a legislation. It can help us. The second question is, air pollution. Air pollution is everywhere. How do we protect? Means follow the guidelines. Nesria says, don't burn your bush. Follow it. But still we see that people burn their bush because that is the cheapest way they think. Nesria says, don't burn your garbage. But still now rains are stopping very soon. From October, November till about March, April, people will just set on fire. Then if you are cooking your food in the house, stop using firewood. You can go for alternatives. So these are the ways we have to implement in the communities. Until then, we cannot control the smoke. We have to be careful.
Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the organizers, we want to appreciate you. God bless you. May you live very long so that you will continue to be there for us for a very long time to come. Thank you, sir. More questions? Okay. We still have. I hope you are still willing to. Thank you, sir. What are the policies and regulation institutes doing? Okay, policy and regulatory institutes doing to ensure a well-established and practicable policy to protect our environment. And then microplastic is a rising concern in environmental pollution. Exposure from water bodies, chemicals, etc. What are the policies in place in Nigeria to protect us? So talking about regulation and policies.
No, luckily for Nigeria, we have all the regulations intact. They are up to date. Thanks to Minister of Environment, Nesria, and practically, even there are some other African countries where they have nothing. Whereas in Nigeria, you already embraced it. So what we need is implementing them is where we have a problem. Implementing again now, you cannot say, you follow this, people will not listen. That is where now a monitoring team should go around. And periodically they should go and check and tell them what you are doing is wrong, please don't do it. That is what we need to implement effectively. Until then, it goes on like that. Nesria, for first 12 years, there are no penalties. It was a holiday for all the industries. So at that time, industries were doing as they like. After that, they came out and said that no more, your holiday is over. Now you have to implement. So now today, when you look at all the industries, they are implementing some of the engineering devices. If there is no treatment, they say put it. If you don't put it, we are going to penalize. That kind of implementing strategy we need to apply. We have to be a little harsh. Communities don't listen. You have to change them. Change is the most difficult part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's put our hands together once again. We are grateful to you, sir. You may sit. Thank you. So in Nigeria, all the laws, all the regulations are intact and very beautifully put in place. But the problem is implementation and enforcement. Who is going to enforce those laws? And again, it takes us back to our problem in Nigeria, and that is corruption. Corruption is the bane of the Nigerian society. The transporter will prefer to give a bribe of 200 naira rather than doing the correct thing, obeying the traffic rule, and keeping his vehicle safe for everybody. And then there's somebody there who is also more than willing to accept the bribe. So again, we are back to the issue of corruption. And you and I need to ask ourselves, how am I involved? What am I doing? It's very easy to complain. It's easy to condemn. It's easy to relate the problems, talk about the problems over and over again. But you and I are also part of the problem. Now, when we were having the goodwill messages, the director, Southwest Zone of Nesria, was yet to come online. Now he's online, and he would like to quickly give us his goodwill message. And that is Pastor Elijah Udofia. Let's put our hands together for Pastor Udofia. Pastor Udofia, you're welcome, sir. Is he online now? Okay, maybe we can go on to the next thing before we bring him up. The quiz competition for secondary schools has been a regular feature of this conference since inception. And the goal is to harvest talent among these young ones, and also to create awareness in their generation of the need to keep the environment safe for everyone. The contributions that each of us must make to keeping the environment safe. So this year again, the quiz competition has come up, and one of their coordinators, Dr. Ladimeji Babatunde, is standing by to speak to it. He would give us a report of how everything went. Dr. Babatunde, you are welcome. Please put your hands together for Dr. Babatunde and the team that coordinated the quiz competition for this year.
Thank you so much, Ma, for a very comprehensive introductory. Yearly we've been doing this, but because of the peculiarity of this time, this year we decided to do an innovation challenge. Not gathering the students as usual, the way we do. And for about 5 months, we've been on it. We had more than 15 entries. Schools submitted their proposal to our topic. We decided to locally source and locally synthesize biopesticides. Part of the problems of the environment are the chemical influx in our agricultural practices. So we're looking at a way where these children will be able to think innovatively and come up with biopesticides that are locally sourced from homegrown materials. And we couldn't complete the challenge because of the corona break. But at the stage they were, out of the 15 entries we had, we had a subcommittee and panelists that came up with 3 schools that we are judged, submitted the best proposal, submitted a very clear methodology to achieving the target. And the schools are present, except one, Oshogo High School, that are currently writing exams. With a very beautiful applause, I'd like us to appreciate the presence of the secondary school students in our midst. From Sterling Integrated International College, and from Adeleke University High School. Okay. I will announce, I almost didn't want to announce the winner today because we had a lot of uncertainty on the format of this particular aspect of our program. But right now that we are here, our winner has emerged, and I'm going to roll them out to you. We are not going to do the usual. We'll bring you up for recognition and to be captured. That's all. Nobody is coming out to shake you because of the peculiarity of the time. But we'll see you, we'll recognize your presence, and then on a promissory note, we are working on something very befitting of the Living Science Foundation as gift for you. But as it were, you are going to accept the token we have just to take care of the present moment. On our list, third on our list, we had criteria for winner selection. Number 1, project viability. Number 2, local content and originality. Number 3, literature review and their research depth. And number 4, presentation and organization and the defense of their proposal. Coming third on this entry ranking is Sterling International College, Okeibode, Ilesha. You are going to step forward so we can recognize you. A round of applause for Sterling International. Their teacher is Adetoro Samson here, and representing the students, Idowu Praise and Akonde Majesty. We are glad to have you. A round of applause for them. This is our bronze winner of the international of this competition. I won't shake you, so can you see their faces? A round of applause again for them. You can go back to your seat. Ranking second, actually you had 63%. Ranking second is Oshogbo High School with 75%. They are not here present because an exam is ongoing. First, incidentally, Adeleke University came first last year too. Previous year they failed at the group stage. Last year they came first. This year, our award winner, the winner of the Maiden High School Innovation Challenge is Adeleke University High School with 82 points. Can you step up so we see you? Coordinating teacher is Akin Molanyo Tosin. Hey, a round of applause for him. There was no ambiguity in the writing. The panelists had a unanimous decision. It was straightforward and direct, concise writing, clear methodology. We are very certain if we had gone to the next level of delivery, I'm sure they are not going to disappoint. And you are still going to do that. The next challenge, there will be no corona. So you are going to go all the way through. From your proposal, you are going to bring up what you had. In the next edition, you will present to us and demonstrate your solution. Because that is essentially our target. We want solution. We want alternatives, viable alternatives that can give us solution to these environmental menaces. We are so happy and excited to have Adeleke University High School as the winner this year. You're welcome. God bless you. So, we will get back to you on our gifts, but we have something in the interim to show our commitment. Next year, we are trusting God is going to be larger, it's going to be bigger, and it's going to be more interesting. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for your audience.